Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Wake and Jake. Myself, coming live from Viva Mexico. I don't know if the stream is working. I the internet says it's working. I needed to talk some Juan Soto because it's officially not official. I don't know. We entered that weird area where literally every member of the trade has been named for hours now. And then we got the official, and people are still saying it's not official. It's official. I'm getting texts from other people within the industry who have a lot more merit than me. It's done. Juan Soto is a Yankee. And sure, maybe there's some smaller details we need to figure out. I'm 99% Trent Grisham's in there. I'm 99%. There's a lot of bodies going to the San Diego Padres. My goodness. But the New York Yankees added Juan Soto. I'm sorry my mic stinks right now. It's plugged in, but then it was trying to go before, and then it kind of looked sketchy, and I just wanted to get anything out. So here I am. Man. So we saw it coming, right? This has been a couple days now where it was like, okay, Juan Soto should be a Yankee. Everyone was saying Juan Soto's going to be a Yankee. Yankee fans, we felt a little spurned. I got a text from someone who's decently high up in baseball, and I'm not that guy. When do I ever name drop anything like that? Nothing. He said the Yankees are back to being the Yankees. Isn't that the point? Bronx Bombers, lefty hitters, powers. Like, we've done this now on Talking Yanks, and every now and then I check in, and I'm like, are we out of our minds? Are we losing it? Like, does the right-handed stuff matter that much? No. I mean, if every hitter was Jeter and A-Rod and you had a couple lefties mixed in, you'd be okay, right? Like, in theory, like a good baseball team's a good baseball team. Not the Yanks, man. Go look at any good Yankees team ever. They've had special left-handed hitting, switch hitters, and they're coming off their worst hitting season ever. So, Juan Soto coming over to the Yanks, and you've probably processed that a little bit by now. But I think we do need to feed it a little more. Easily on the path to become a Hall of Famer. I know he's 25. You don't want to say stuff with kids like that, but like historic, all-time, special, like gets compared to Ted Williams, and people don't fight you on it, which like that guy, I don't know. People would like to fight that guy for any other hitter, not for Juan Soto. The on-base percentage stuff is crazy. For someone his age, like how that projects over time. There could be a season that Juan Soto has a 500 on-base percentage. Okay, does that feel like the Yankee hat's kicking in a little bit? Maybe, but it's not out of this realm. Like, that's something that improves over time. And hitting at Yankee Stadium, 314 down the line, that's the whole point. That's where our office had one of our craziest, I don't want to say frustrating days or moments, but the Yankees realized that with right-handed power hitters who could hit it the opposite way, they could reach the short porch. And it's like, okay, so we could sneak a couple home runs. By the way, the examples they started with, Judge and Stanton, those guys don't need to sneak anything. Although Stanton used to sneak a lot of low-liners out. That was actually kind of sick. We saw with Luke Voigt, Joe Urshela, and it was like, okay, Gleyber Torres. It was like, all right, I'm kind of getting this. But what they missed out on, and something that was right in front of them when they had Didi Gregorius, lefties hit home runs at Yankee Stadium accidentally. And you need lineup balance. Like, it's stuff that it's frustratingly simple how many times we had to go over that. And let's put it in our rear view for now, because the Yankees have Juan Soto coming in middle of that lineup, Soto and Judge. Come on. That's the New York Yankees. Like that's the New York Yankees. They'll figure it out around him. Is Glaber staying now? You'd think so. There's a few one-year guys around now that you might as well keep that in the lineup. Um, whether that's top, middle, bottom, like Glaber's versatile. Booney has talked about us about that. He's just a good hitter. Anthony Rizzo should be back and should be healthy before his concussion stuff. He was hitting at a really high clip, and I think he was getting boosted because of Yankee Stadium right field. Oh, my God. Okay. The Yankees are starting to feel like the Yankees again. Verdugo's on the squad. That's another top, middle, or bottom of the lineup guy that you're happy about. And I do want to address, some of my Red Sox friends that I have a ton of respect for. They've been noticing that like we've been ignoring the bad part of Verdugo. Like he was supposedly like tough in the clubhouse and like created a lot of problems. And Yankees, especially coming off of last year, they can't really afford too much of that. Yankees, if that's your concern, the Yankees have to overlook that for now, for how bad last year was. So Verdugo's on the squad. Lefty contact bat. That can break up some hitters however you want to. Stanton's still the interesting gamble to me at this point. Like, in my heart of hearts, I don't know if I believe scary cleanup hitter Giancarlo Stanton is still there. I don't know. Like, I really hope so. The guy's the man. When he runs into one, it's the coolest thing ever. Like, he's he's a freak among freaks. So I don't know. But either way, with the outfield options you have now, there's a little bit of an insurance policy there. And Jason Dominguez should be coming back mid-season, later in the season. We'll see. You cannot rush that kid. That cannot be a part of it. But the Yankees, we've asked them, please get lefty. Please get lefty. And they've added one of the best left-handed hitters ever. And hopefully Anthony Rizzo's back. And now Soto and Rizzo, like, yes, like that's the 2 or 3 hitter that you need to be left-handed if you want to be a World Series Yankee team. I think I put on my Yankee hat proudly, and I'm on my honeymoon right now. Jess taking a little cat nap. She might poke her head in. We'll see. We got dinner in a little bit. I'm in Mexico. Been traveling with my Yankee hat. And I had a moment today because the Soto news has been happening. We know Soto's coming, right? I'm looking around. I'm in this beautiful place. Like, probably too nice for me. Look at me. This is a normal look for me. And I saw my Yankee hat sitting there. And I was like, yes. Yes. I'm on my honeymoon. Should have a Yankee hat here. I should be proud to wear it around. Instead of like, can I wear it in this room? Like, I don't know. Oh, hair's not looking bad, though. Wasn't looking good either. Juan Soto is a Yankee World Series, middle of the lineup type bat. Anthony Rizzo, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. That dude's a threat. With some Glaber and Verdugo and big Aaron Judge, you're going to find out some bets on Stanton and on DJ and see where that lands. But a couple of those are going to land in a good place. And the Yankees are actually teed up to be a fearful lineup again. Because, my God, last year was brutal. It was devastating. Let's close the Yankees loop on this just a little bit. Trent Grisham also comes over. I think Yankee fans are filled with some excitement right now with the whole thing and the fact, hey, it's another lefty. Sure, bring him in. And our initial reaction, being Yankee fans, is like, hey, major league depth. Trent Grisham's played center field in this league for a couple years. He's won a Gold Glove. He had solid hitting seasons. He's had bad hitting seasons. And he was essentially a salary dump-ish part of this deal. That being said, he's a lefty. Yankees are signing up for anyone left-handed at this point. Willie Calhoun hit third for a chunk of Yankee games last year. Like Trent Grisham on a given day can give you what Willie can give you, but with defense. And so that's where, worst case, Trent Grisham's going to go out there and catch the ball. Because if Aaron Judge is playing center field, you're going to want to get him off his feet a lot. And the other interesting thing today I learned, TIL. I never put that one together, TIL, until someone today I learned. Like, it makes sense once you get there, but you're like, until what? Trent Grisham hit well against lefties last year, which Alex Verdugo did not. So you might have a platoon situation there potentially. You might have a defensive lineup. Or when someone gets hurt, which they will, you can put Trent Grisham in there instead of betting on a potential rookie who hasn't played in the league before. So Yankees get a veteran major leaguer, still young enough, I think he's 27, 28, who has a skill. He plays really good defensive outfield. And on top of that, he's hit lefties, and maybe there's more in there. Not going to bank on that, but even his worst case is an okay bench player because he can play really good defense at valuable positions. So Grisham comes over, Soto comes over. The other side of it, what's going out? Michael King. Man, so being an obnoxious Yankee fan, I guess I've gone emotionless a little bit because Mike King's a dude and he's been awesome to us. Like, so there's a personal side of it. Like, Mike King's just an awesome guy. Go watch his press conferences. Like, I think his dad's a weatherman. We met his mom too. Like, just nice people. The weatherman part was like his dad talked in front of people. So that's, I guess I was trying to add to that point. So like Michael can talk, and he's a nice dude. He likes golf, and I think he's getting married this weekend. So imagine what he's got going through his mind right now. Kind of had the breakout opportunity he was looking for, and the Yankees made their move, and they kind of had to. Like, it's Juan Soto. Like, I hope if Mike King balls out like he did last year, he could be lined up to make a lot of money as a baseball player, have an awesome career. Michael King coming out of that bullpen, dude, he was a dog. So I guess for the Padres, your fallback option, if King or the starter doesn't click, you might have a special weapon in your bullpen. I think he can start. I was saying it like a couple years ago. I was like, wait, this guy has 4 pitches. And he looks in control. Like, when he was coming out of the bullpen, it wasn't one of those crazy deliveries where you're like, whoa, yeah, that guy's throwing a 95-mile-per-hour slider, but who knows where it's going to end up. Kinger looks the part, and it's funny, and I kind of acknowledged it last night, that him and Clark Schmidt, another guy that's been really nice to us and an awesome dude and had a breakout year. If you're the Padres and you're trying to make up for Juan Soto, King's the bet you try to make. His high-end potential just seems a little different, just a little higher. And that's a guy I'll root for. You know, I might even give him like 4 innings versus the Yankees. Like, that's how much I like that dude. So I wish him the best. They also get Drew Thorpe. That guy was like a quick rising prospect this year. He became one of the Yankees prospects. Hey, man, Juan Soto's coming in. We got to give chips. I know Chase Hampton, I think, is the other Yankees kind of fast climbing prospect last year. Yankees are either making their bet with Hampton or the Padres wanted Thorpe. Like, you're going to have to pay for Juan Soto. Okay. This is where things did get a little surprising for me. Johnny Brito and Randy Vasquez. Both guys pitched at the show level this year. They showed potential, and they performed in moments. Like, Johnny Brito's reliever stats are really good. He's definitely a third pitch away. And if that clicks this offseason, they might have just got another good young arm. Randy Vasquez. The Padres gave themselves a lot of options. The same person I referenced before that's more industry-driven and how trade should work than me was like, this is a good trade for both sides. Like the Padres are getting years of arm value that they're now going to have to go figure out their lineup. And if Juan Soto was moving, hey, they were going to have to do that. They lost a ton of innings last year from their starting pitching. So, and Higgy, hadn't really felt it. It'd been in discussions, right? And the Yankees catchers, they've treated him more interchangeable than we have. Man, Kyle Higashioka is a good dude. He mauls lefties. And it's one of those things you can only get better at the major league level with reps and experience. I know that sounds obnoxious and obvious, but when you put it together, like the top prospects, they'll get a ton of run, and a lot of them are super talented. So in that mix, a lot of them are going to figure it out. If you're medium or lower tier, your opportunities are going to be much more limited. So to actually get better at the major league level, you kind of need those reps. Higgy earned them, and then as he got them, he kind of got better. And the Yankees had Trevino got hurt. He missed the end of the season. Austin Wells, it looks like they're going to give him a chance. Ben Rortved's still floating around. Okay. I'll be sad to see Higgy go. I'm going to DM him after this. Like, not a flex on my part because he'll probably reply, haha, thanks. But man, awesome dude. Awesome dude. So Padres, they get a crew of young arms. They get off Grisham. There's rumors they're going to go after Lee, the outfielder. They're in a weird spot, man. How do you get off money and trade Juan Soto and still tell your team you're competing as much as possible? They got to make a lot of little splashes, and they can, and Preller likes to. Why not? For the Yankees, so they're supposedly like front runners for Yamamoto. Okay, Jack Curry talks, Yankee fans listen. Sure, all in on that. Why not? Bring him in. Guy might be a stud next 10 years, win a couple size. Yep. Him next to Garrett, chewing it up, pitching. Rodon clicks back in. Nestor clicks back in. Clark clicks back in. Where things get really interesting right now. Hey, I don't know if they're getting Yamamoto. Like, people believe that. I think there's enough desperate teams out there that need the splash that I don't currently have Yamamoto going to the Yankees. Like, I think however Ohtani sorts itself out, like, Yamamoto then becomes the big piece. Like, you're signing a quote-unquote ace for a decade. I think other teams are going to try to jump the Yankees, but a lot of the Yankee reporters are kind of giving the look like, no, they're talking about it like we're going to be the Yankees and we're going to get this guy. So if they do, that's sick. If they don't, the same problem still exists. The depth is thin. They just traded away. I mean, Mike King was probably going to be their like third starter going into next year. Brito and Vasquez, 6 and 7. Drew Thorpe was probably on the list next. And I know, hey, we just got Juan Soto. I should be thumping my chest even harder. But you got to be realistic. Like, you need a lot of pitching. If the Yankees get Yamamoto, I just hope they don't turn off. Because I think last spring training they lost 4 starters. 3? 4? So, like, you're going to need that starting pitching depth. If you're the Yankees, you can find it and you can pay for it. And who knows if they're done? Like, is Gleyber Torres penned in to be back? Because now you got Soto and the lineup's deeper. He's been rumored for trades for a while. I know the Miami Marlins are rumored to be trading pitching. I think there might be a lot more coming. I think for most Yankees people, you'd assume that means Yamamoto. For me, hey, if that happens, I threw on the Yankee hat proudly before. Like, I'll believe the Yanks are back, and I kind of already do. And that's the sicko side of sports. But I think there's a lot more coming. And I think I will say as we hit the 20-minute mark, thank you guys for hopping on and letting me yuck for a little bit. I know there's going to be more talking Yanks and talking baseball coming. BBD's traveling back from winter meetings right now. John's doing dad duty. So for me to be able to hop on here and talk about it a little bit, thank you guys. And like the chat said, one where you're probably right. Time to go enjoy my honeymoon. I think I'm going to have a Corona, go to dinner, good local beer. And the trade isn't done. Hey, if it's not done at this point, then it's an all-time blow-up, and the Yanks are a disaster. And I'll see you guys to talk about it next time. Hey, thank you guys so much. Sorry about the audio. Love you.